Ports are an essential part to moving goods across the globe. From toy cars to full-size sedans, dishwashers to gasoline, seaports help keep society functioning through a series of tightly controlled schedules and automated operations. But how do port authorities keep these operations secure? What does a shutdown actually look like? And how can someone interested in helping get involved? Find out that and more coming up.
In the world of cybersecurity, there's infinite opportunities. Meet some of the industry's best on this episode of Cyber Careers Revealed.
My name is Ken Washington. I'm the Chief Information Officer here at the Port Tampa Bay. Well, I think in general, a day in the life at the Port Authority in cybersecurity is just like an emergency room. I mean, some days it's light, some days it's really, really heavy. You got to really try to figure out where the threats are coming from, how to contain those threats or mitigate those threats, and if those threats are viable. I think it's just something that you have to live with, and you kind of, go through the motions on a daily basis. We have gasoline, containers, which fruits, cars, you name it. All the things that you see that go across to some of these constituents. We got rooms to go that come here. We got furniture that comes here. Everything comes across these docks. Yeah, I can give you an example of something that happened. I believe it was 2001. No, it was 2000. We had an incident where a high-level official here decided to click on something they probably shouldn't. They came from a friend. It was a trusted source. However, that trusted source was already infiltrated. And so by this official clicking on it, kind of made things worse. It propagated through our whole system and shut us down for 78 hours.
Wow, and what does that look like being shut down?
It looks like, World War III, like everything's going on. Everybody's running around trying to figure out what's going on. They're trying to figure out who to ask, and while you're trying to figure out what the issue is and where it stemmed from and how to contain it, you're getting bombarded with a lot of questions and a lot of what do I do next type thing. So it's a hard position to be in, but I think people in my industry kind of thrive on that. Not the fact that we're being breached, the fact that we can fix this issue and get back to a state of operations.
In addition to meeting Ken, we also got to speak to Port Tampa Bay's IT manager, Lorena Runkles.
I fell into the cybersecurity field through my work here at the port. I started more on the consulting side of things on ERP systems, and once I joined the Port Authority, my work drove me more to the cyber space within the port. Cybersecurity at the Port Authority is very important because we are a government agency, and we have to protect all of our assets as well as our business, which is bringing products into the port and in our case, into the Florida area. So we need to protect that. We're a major economic impact, and a lot of product, a lot of jobs come through the port. So it's important for us to keep the port safe, not only physically, but also from cyber perspective.
You might think that cybersecurity requires being an expert on day one, but Ken and Lorena believe that it isn't about knowing everything. It's about being curious and committed.
I think if they have any technology degree, that will get your foot in the door. I think it's important to look beyond the resumes most of the time and see what they've done, what kind of experience they have, which kind of dictates the desire that they have or the commitment that they have. But for me, from my perspective, being an executive, I look for something that shows that they do have commitment, definitely has the technology, because other things can be trained in, because each industry is different. Cybersecurity is the same across the board, but the transportation industry is different than any other industry.
For my position, there are no certifications necessarily needed. Anything helps, of course, but it's all about your knowledge and your desire to learn.
The work involved in securing a port requires diligence and expertise. But for Ken and Lorena, It's about more than just cybersecurity.
Serving the community is extremely important to me. It's like giving back. I mean, I'm from here. I left here at the age of 17. I came back, with the family. Came back for a reason, is to try to improve where I lived and stay, and just the whole economy as itself.
The favorite part of my job is the people, and also to be able to be hands-on on the work, and because our work spans such a large spectrum, because we're a small department. It's just being able to have our hands on a lot of different things and exposed to a lot of different things.
So I love technology as a whole because it does changes a lot. And to be honest, I'm still in this field because I'm good at it. I'm one of those people who desire to fix things. I think most men are like that. But I desire to fix things or solve a problem or put a solution in that will prevent a problem from happening again. And I think that's where I get my gratifications from. As far as being at the port this long, when you make changes, or you have that ability to make changes and put things in and see what you reap, what you sow, time goes by really fast. So what seems like 30 years is a lot to a lot of people, basically seems like 3 to 5 years for me.
My advice to people that want to get interested in the field is just keep your mind open. You can get anywhere within either the cybersecurity or even the information technology field from any angle. A lot of my experience was implementing financial systems and even though my background is information technology, I have a big accounting background, and that's where I started. And somehow this is where I landed now, more on the cyberspace. So the possibilities are endless, and there is not one specific starting point in order to get in here.